I'm certain you've heard of the phrase, too big to fail. But there's a fallacy in that phrase. How about I introduce you to a scenario of overambition and extreme expectations? GTA 6 has been overboard with too much hype and ambition. It's too big that it has to fail. To imagine a world where it fulfills the desires of both Rockstar and an audience deprived 13 years of a Grand Theft Auto entry is really improbable. That's not to say the sixth entry of the franchise will be a financial failure. Absolutely not. It will succeed as expectations already guarantee multi-million worth of sales within hours, let alone days, weeks, and months. But there is a huge mark that I will confidently predict where this game will fall below par, and that's the single player campaign and experience. And I'll justify my reasoning. Number 1. Too much time and a complete generation has passed for Rockstar to deliver anything justifiably groundbreaking. Whatever open world game mechanic and story you can imagine has already been implemented, reworked, and re-innovated multiple times since the 8th gen consoles. I'm genuinely curious myself what type of innovative mechanic they could possibly imagine that'd be an industry defining standard. The last time they released a Grand Theft Auto game, we were in the 7th gen consoles. The generational leap and graphical leap, even with the same generation from Grand Theft Auto 4 to 5, signified a huge jump. Plus the innovation in multi-character gameplay and storyline system, smartphone innovation, shooting mechanics, and map size exponentiation were natural leaps for an ever-pioneering franchise and studio. And naturally, the changes Grand Theft Auto 6 promised to implement, such as the first ever playable female character, graphical leaps again, and a huge map increment, would have been a welcome and good enough addition to the franchise had they been implemented 10 years ago. Back in 2016, 17, 18, or even in the very early start of this decade, these would have been a respectable succession for the game. But we're not in the 2010s anymore. Heck, we're not in the 8th gen console timeline too. We're in the most oversaturated and overexplored generation of gaming, where the concept of innovation has stagnated for the better part of recent years. And it's not really the fault of developers in some sense. The gains and leaps of hardware and software hasn't been a whole lot in these past 2 generations. Graphics had already been pushed to limits with Naughty Dog's Uncharted and The Last of Us Part 2 as far back as in 2016 and 2020 in a base PS4 model. Open world introspection had already been perfected by Rockstar's own Red Dead Redemption 2, 8 years ago. So when GTA 6 came with crippling levels of expectations, mainly due to Rockstar's own focus on milking Grand Theft Auto Online, they were cornering themselves and leaving the imaginary bar of his players to exceed reasonable expectations. And number 2 for my reasoning, the build-up and presentation for this game has been non-existent. For a game merely 3 months away from release, we're yet to receive any proper story, gameplay trailer, or any demo presentation to even future announcements as of making this video. The closest thing to any of these was the features list inside the Ultimate Edition for this game, which cost us $100. It keeps actual single player content and doesn't even showcase any justifiable gameplay feature. Why isn't anybody questioning Rockstar for selling a $70 game with absolutely no information about its gameplay? Less than 100 days away from release, and people are pre-ordering a game they have absolutely no info about. I understand Rockstar's reputation and the Grand Theft Auto brand being too big to demand any information, and I highly doubt they'd ever release a half-baked or unfinished game. But we're talking about the most expensive game ever made. That charges a whopping $100 for a full experience, a controversial build-up about segregating single-player based campaign content between editions, a rumored 30 FPS cap on the only two consoles that are supported on launch, and a completely digital-only release by a developer and franchise of this magnitude. And still, worst of all, not a single information about the game, its story, and its futures. And not a single soul is questioning it. And as of making this video, and in 7th of August 2026, we're yet to get a third trailer. At least a full disclosure with a demo would have normalized expectations. For better or worse, the audience that has been waiting agonizingly for 13 years would know what they're getting into and adjust to their expectations. But Rockstar are acting as if whatever happens, they have the ultimate game in existence to satisfy the wants of everyone. The expectations from people are as if Rockstar will create the biggest and best video game ever made. And with those expectations, either Rockstar are that confident they have the ultimate game in their hand that they want to surprise everyone on its release, or they are cornering themselves into a big trouble. And we're about to get a stark and nasty reality check come November. Cause no matter what, unless Rockstar magically has cooked up the greatest video game ever made that pushes boundaries we can't even imagine, which I highly doubt and can confidently say won't happen, this game will fall severely off expectations. The base game and campaign will be a disappointment.